There's no doubt about it, Usopp is currently the weakest member of the Straw Hat crew. The power gap between him and the rest of the crew keeps getting wider. You don't even have to compare him to Frankie or Brook. Even Nami, who used to be part of the so-called Coward Trio, has risen to a whole new level after gaining Zeus, putting her on par with the Toby Rappo. Chopper has also been stepping up, facing off against top-tier opponents like Big Mom and the All-Stars. With each fight, his strength and experience continue to grow. Meanwhile, Usopp has more or less stayed the same. Early on, he played a decent support role, but at this point, he can't even fulfill the role of backup cavalry. As a regular human without any standout power, how can he possibly keep up with Luffy and the rest of the crew? In the last two major arcs, Wano and Egghead, Usopp barely contributed anything of significance. During group battles, he tries to help, but he's just too weak to break through enemy defenses. Now that the story has entered its final phase, the enemies are only going to get stronger. When the Straw Hats eventually face off against Blackbeard's crew, they'll be up against monsters like Vasco Shot, Shiryu, Van Augur, and possibly even stronger foes. With his current strength, sending Usopp against Van Augur would be nothing short of suicide. And that's not even getting into sniper skills. Van Augur's Warp Fruit, which lets him teleport, already puts Usopp at a huge disadvantage. Augur has even teleported out of an encounter with Saint Saturn, showing that his mobility and combat instincts are nearly maxed out. He once took out a Biscuit Soldier squad with a single shot. So what does Usopp really have to fight back with? Every other Straw Hat has at least some chance of winning a one-on-one fight against a member of Blackbeard's crew, except Usopp. Unless he gets a massive power-up in Elbaf, there's little hope for him. As a sniper, Usopp's marksmanship is already top tier, arguably among the best. But his biggest weakness right now is a lack of firepower. He needs a stronger weapon to compensate. On top of that, upgrading his observation Haki is a must. If Usopp could unlock the ability to briefly predict the future, he might be able to counter Van Augur's teleportation. Even just seeing 1 second ahead would allow him to anticipate and pre-aim, turning Augur's warp into a trap. And if the opportunity arises, eating a perfect shot, Devil Fruit, one that lets him land every shot without fail, would be a total game changer. With that kind of power, even Van Augur's warping wouldn't be enough to save him.